So, do you have blurry or fuzzy headlights? Well, in today's video, we're going to go over a headlight restoration kit coming up. Hi, my name is Mike with SpitShine Detailing. On this channel, we like to do how-tos, reviews, and demos of auto detailing and auto detailing products. If you like this channel and would like to see more videos, please subscribe, hit the like bell. That way, anytime I post videos in the future, you'll be notified. On today's video, we're going to be reviewing the 3M headlight restoration system. In this kit, we have a buffing pad, we have polishers, we have compound, and what this is going to do is going to get the cloudiness, fuzziness out of worn headlights, and we're going to get them back to being crystal clear. That way it'll produce excellent visibility at nighttime. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So the car we're going to work with today is a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Here's the passenger headlight, and as you can see, it's heavily oxidized. It's just fuzzy and blurry, and it's just hard to see at nighttime. So we're going to go ahead and work on that, and we're going to get everything out of that. We'll come over here to the other headlight, and you can see that yellowish tint that's in the light. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and break down the kit, and I'll show you what comes in it. Alright, so I went ahead and opened up the kit. So this is what it looks like, the 3M headlight restoration kit. So it's going to come with a 500 grit round sandpaper, 800 grit. It's going to have your 3000, or what they call the magic bar, and it's kind of funny the way it puts it in instructions. Has a buffing pad that comes with this rubbing compound, which is actually your polish, and all of them adhere to this little black pad, which is actually Velcro. If you look at the back, that'll go inside of your drill. Alright, now let's go ahead and take it to the car, and let's go ahead and get those cleared up. Alright, so here we are with the light, and what we're going to do to start off before we do the kit is we need to go ahead and get it cleaned up. So I got gloves on, I got glasses, and the reason why is because I like to use a 50% isopropyl alcohol combination with distilled water, and so that'll get it nice and clean. Plus, because it's alcohol, it'll evaporate a little bit quicker versus using soap and water and stuff like that. Afterwards, we're going to take the tape, and we're going to tape off all this paint area, because when we buff this, we don't want to tear the paint up unintentionally. If you actually have a vehicle where the headlight's easier to come out, by all means, feel free to pop that bad boy out and do it on the side. But for today's video purposes, we're just going to do it right here on the bumper. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get it clean, and we'll get started. Okay, now we have the headlight all cleared up with the alcohol mix. Let's go ahead and get started with the sanding process. So the first pad you're going to use is going to be the P500, which is written on the back of the pad. The kit calls it gold, but to me that's actually brown, so don't be fooled by that. We have our Velcro attachment, and we actually have our cordless drill. So what we're going to do is center it up on the pad, and it'll pop in there good. And then what you want to do is you're going to put it on there, and you don't want to force it on there. You want to put maybe 3 to 5 pounds worth of force on it. So if you don't know what that is, go find your scale, push down about 3 to 5 pounds. That'll tell you how much it is if you've never done that before. So basically, you want the sandpaper to do the work, you want the tool to do the work, you don't want to do the work. So nice and easy. And what we're going to try to do is go in a hashtag formation. So you're going to go sideways, then go up and down vertically to cover the whole surface of the lens. This one has little knobs, so we're going to be a little extra careful around those and do them the best we can. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we finished doing our first bit of sanding. So we're going to spray it off, get all the dust off. And as you can see, it's kind of down here. But we want to get that off before we start the next process. So I just wanted to bring you in close so you can see what the headlight looks like after you do the first stage with a 500 grit. As you can see, it's cloudy. You can see like little swirls and scratches, which is exactly what you want to see. It's nothing wrong with that. Also down here where the tape is, you can see where I actually hit. If you didn't have the tape down, this is why you put it down, because you would actually hit the paint and then you have a whole nother problem. So just want to do a quick shot of this, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the 800 grit next. Alright, so we finished our 500 grit. You saw what the light looks like. Next we're going to do our white pad, our 800 grit. We're going to do the exact same thing, getting everything cleared out, and we'll move on to the other parts. Alright, so we just finished the 800 grit. I'm going to go ahead and spray it off, and I'll bring you in for another close-up so you can see what it looks like. Alright, so here's the 800. So as you can see, we've got less swirl marks, or less sanding marks. And so that's what you can come to expect with that. So next we'll go ahead and get to the 3000 or the magic pad. So now we finished our sanding, let's go ahead and move on to the 3000, or as they call it, the magic pad. So this is just pretty much a buffer, and what this is going to do is it's going to buff out all those little swirl marks, and it's going to get it, it's actually going to actually look pretty polished after this step. So let's go ahead and do this. And what you're going to need is a bottle of water. You're going to make sure that this is lubricated. You also want to make sure this surface is lubricated as well. So you'll see me spray the pad, you'll see me spray here, go through it, I'll keep it sprayed on. You'll see a lot of material come off too. Okay, now we finished with our buffing pad. So we're going to go ahead and clean that off, because I don't know if you can see in the video, but there's a little whiteness to it. So we'll take my alcohol mix, we'll spray it off real quick. And using the alcohol, like I said earlier, alcohol evaporates, so it'll dry a lot faster instead of waiting on soap or water. We'll just buff it off. Alright, with that, I'll go ahead and get the buffing pad, we'll get the compound and polish, and we'll get started next. Alright, so we just finished the magic pad, or the 3000, so I just wanted to show you real quick how clear that is. I mean, if you were to take this out, people would think this is just clear and spotless. This is the way it looked in the beginning. So I just want to show you the real quick comparison before we get to the actual compound and buffing pad. So the last step of the 3M kit is their buffer with rubbing compound. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stick it on our drill. We're going to put a couple dabs and we're going to get started. So let me just show you how that works. So you're going to center it up. Again, it's Velcro. It's pretty hard too. We'll center it up right there. Push it on. We'll get us a couple drops of our compound. I normally do like little 4 drops like so. And I'll set it down here. And you don't want to put this on there and just start going at it or sling everywhere. So you kind of want to just kind of splotch it in before you get started. And then you just ease into it. Alright, and you can see we already got all the compound spread in, so we're just going to rub the rest of it in with a microfiber towel. And as you can see, light is just visibly clear. The last step that I'm going to do is when you take off all the acrylic, all the lens, right now we don't have UV protection, so to prevent what's going to happen on the other lens, I always like to put a wax or sealant on it. Later on, we're actually going to seal this car, so I'm not going to put a sealant knowing that I'm going to do that in the future. I'm actually just going to put a really good wax on it. So I'll go get that and we'll get set up for it here in just a second. All right, so this is the headlight once we get done doing the rubbing compound with the buffer. You can actually see my reflection in that light. So this is a night and day's difference from this one over here. And we're going to do this one in a minute and we'll do a total shot at the very end. But now one part that doesn't come with the kit that I'm going to add is going to be a wax. So I'll show you that coming up. So now that we went through the 3M headlight restoration kit, you can see how clear it is. The visibility is going to be pristine. But we're going to add a wax. And the wax I'm going to use is the Chemical Guys Butter Wet Wax. It's kind of like an all-purpose wax for me. I really love it. Typically, it'll last a good 2 to 3 months depending on how they're kept. And like I said earlier in the video, we're going to seal this vehicle later on. So I know I just need to protect this temporarily. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to put this wax on and we'll show you the ending product. So we got the wax on there, and the difference between a wax and a sealant is wax are natural based. So with a wax, you only have to let them sit 2 to 5 minutes at the most. If you go past that, they'll actually cake on. It's harder to take off. A sealant, you have to let and sit for about 20 minutes before you take those off. So we're gonna let this sit for about 2 to 5 minutes, and we'll take it off. Coming back in a second. All right, so right now we're just taking off the wax, getting it all buffed in. And I'm going to bring you up close so you can see the clarity, and then we'll do one final shot of it across, and then I'll do the other headlight and we'll do a final product. All right, so here's the final with the wax on it, and you can see my shirt in the background of that. I mean, that is super clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other headlight, and then we'll do a final review, and I'll come back to you here shortly. All right, you guys, we're through with our headlight restoration. So as you can see, both lights crystal clear. The visibility at nighttime is going to be dramatically different, and it's going to help him see at nighttime when he goes out. So if you like the 3M restoration kit, down in the description below, I'll put a link to where you can find it and buy it. Also, if there's anything that you would like me to review or a how-to of something as far as auto detailing, by all means, send me a comment below, and we'll see if we can work that out. If you like this video, hit the like, and as always, subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified anytime I put a video up in the future. And with that, I'll see you next time.